guys, it's Jen here, the Diamond Painting Gamer. Very warm welcome to my channel, and finally, as promised, I'm getting round to the much later than expected video on Taurus. I'll do a little bit about the background of Taurus, where it came from, and then also because there's not a lot to do with it, I'm also going to tell you about the story of Theseus and the Minotaur. So we're going to work on this section here, which is the back of the little girl here, and there's a butterfly wing. So I should get through all that, or a good chunk of it, I think, over the course of the next half hour or so. And yeah, if you don't know, this is the Josephine Wall version of Taurus, which is or was rather available from Diamond Art Club. I think you can get it from some other diamond painting companies. I'm not too sure which ones. If I do manage to find out, I will pop it across the screen. But yeah, they're unfortunately discontinued with Diamond Art Club, but you can still pick them up on D-stash groups. They do pop up every now and again, however they are very much sought after. I do have the full set of 12. I've done Scorpio, no I haven't done Scorpio, I've done Pisces, Sagittarius and Cancer already. So this is number 4 Taurus that I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing them in a sort of semi-random order. I did Cancer and Pisces first of all because they're my mum and my dad's signs, so I thought it would be nice to get them done and out, you know, done first. My star sign I'm going to leave to the end and do that one as the last one. So yeah, let's get on with it. This is a big diamond painting. It's a 70 by 88 centimetre square. I think we have got 4 ABs, a black, a lemon, a green and a white. So yeah, without any further ado, we'll zoom in and we'll start working on this section. I am going to switch to voiceover for that part. That way I can concentrate on the diamond painting and I can concentrate on the story. So yeah, let us zoom in. Okay, so here we are now, all zoomed in. When I'm doing these sections, I do tend to work from the top left to the bottom right. Very regimented when I do my big canvases. However, when I do the little ones, I just go for it randomly. But yeah, these big ones, I do tend to be quite regimented. So I start with whatever colours in the top left. I work down through to the bottom right for all of that colour, and then I go back to the top left again, choose another colour, and then continue that way. It works for me. Anyway, okay, mythology behind Taurus. So I did say that I didn't find a huge amount, but I'm going to share with you now what I did find, and then I thought, you know, it would be a super short video if I only did that. So I thought I'd combine it with the story of Theseus and the Minotaur, because that one is a much longer story, and also I think it's one that people think, and certainly I thought that it might have something to do with Taurus, but it's not. Anyway, let's get on with it. So one of the oldest constellations to be recognised in the night sky is Taurus. Now, the mythology of the constellation is complex and varied. In Roman mythology, the bull of Taurus represents the god Jupiter, who turned himself into a bull in order to kidnap the maiden Europa. So it's got like a Roman origin rather than a Greek origin. Okay, so Europa, he took to the island of Crete. Okay, so in another story, the bull is the goddess Io. Now, Io, if I remember right, is one of the moons of Jupiter. The planet Jupiter, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. So, in another story, the bull is the goddess Io, who was changed in the bull by Jupiter. Who was changed into the bull by Jupiter's jealous wife Juno in order to stop the affair taking place between Io and Jupiter. So, is Taurus Jupiter, who he transformed himself into the bull to kidnap Europa, to have his wicked way with her, probably, no doubt? Or is it Io, who was changed into the bull by Jupiter's wife, a woman scorned? Yeah, don't cross us women, folks. Okay, so within the constellation of Taurus are two beautiful star clusters, the Hyades and the Pleiades. The Hyades are the stars that make up the V shape of the constellation, excluding the star Aldebaran. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, are the small group of stars found on the back of the bull. The constellation of Taurus is easy to spot immediately to the west of Orion the Hunter and is visible throughout the winter. Oh, so you might be able to see Taurus then in the night sky, because I know Orion. Actually, funnily enough, I saw Orion yesterday, the day before. It was super clear up here in Scotland. The sky was really clear. It was really frosty, and I did see Orion when I was walking back from the shop. Well, Orion the constellation, that is, not Orion. I don't know anybody called Orion, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so maybe I should have a look in the night sky and see if I can see Taurus constellation. The constellation is depicted on the Josephine Wall canvas. I might see if I can try and insert a photo. We'll see how editing Jennifer goes. But yeah, so that's like the Roman origin of Taurus. I'm going to have a scoot around and see if I can find anything if there's anything on the Greek side. But yeah, that's what I found so far. Okay, so I had another scout around about Taurus, and basically, you know how I was talking about Jupiter and Juno and all that lot, the Roman gods? Basically, you can switch Jupiter out for Zeus. So Zeus appeared to Europa as a bull. Why Europa's appearing in Roman and Greek mythology, I don't know. I need to look into that further, but not for today. Anyway, Zeus appeared to Europa as a bull and whisked her off to Crete and had his wicked way with her. I think that may have been a little misprint in the original one that I looked at, because it said Jupiter. Anyway, but again, you can interchange Zeus for Jupiter and what's her face, Hera for Juno. And so Juno could have turned, no, Hera. Oh, I'm getting myself all confused now. Anyway, Taurus, the bull, is Jupiter. Or Zeus. Because you know what these gods are like. They're always transforming themselves into something or the other and coming down and having their wicked way with mortals. Anyway, that's where Taurus comes from. Told you there was a little bit of confusion on this one. It's not as straightforward as some of the other ones. Anyway, what is slightly more straightforward is the story of Theseus and the Minotaur. So, yeah, sit back, relax. This is going to be a wee bit more serious. Please, I will, my pronunciation might not be great on this, but we'll go for it. And yeah, enjoy the story of Theseus and the Minotaur. So, child of a human mother and a bull father. How did that work out? Was that Zeus and was that Zeus's dad? Anyway, sorry. Oh no, I've lost my place. Let me go back. This is not turning out well. Am I going to edit? No, I'm not going to edit. You've got me. warts and all. Right, okay. Child of a human mother and a bull father, the Minotaur was one of the most dreaded beasts in ancient Greece. Living in a maze on Crete Island, the Minotaur lay there waiting for a detainee to enter its abode. Then, once seized, the victim would be brutally torn and ate up by the vicious monster. The Minotaur was brought into being by an offence towards the god Poseidon by the king of Crete, Minos. The ruler had implored Poseidon to send a white bull as a sign to confirm him as legitimate beneficiary to Crete's throne. Minos had vowed, upon its appearance, to sacrifice the bull to Poseidon, but later, enchanted by the bull's magnificence, Minos went back on his vow. In another version of this story, Minos would have sacrificed the new bull to Poseidon. However, once he received the white bull, he could not force himself to sacrifice it. He butchered another bull, thinking that the god would have been equally satisfied. Don't think so. Don't think so. What is consistent in both versions is Poseidon's response to the king's fault. He caused Minos' better half, Queen Pasiphae, to experience passionate feelings for the bull. Here we go. The sovereign yearned to make love with the monster. She ordered a famous Athenian artisan named Daedalus to manufacture her a wooden bovine empty within. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Oh. Some editing may be required. Okay, the sovereign brought the artifact into the field where the bull lived, entered it, and the rest is best left to the reader's imagination. Phew, thank goodness. She got pregnant. I don't know how that works, but yeah, apparently she did. And upon her deception, the Minotaur, or Bull of Minos, was conceived. Trying to make lemonade out of the lemons life gave him, Minos chose to use the Minotaur for his potential benefit. He charged Daedalus to design and build a jail wherein the Minotaur would be put and any detainees would be compelled to confront it. Androgeus, it's not that. Androgeus, let's call him that. Androgeus, the son of Minos, was in Athens contending in the Panathenaic Games, an early archetype to the Olympics. He won each competition, maddening different contenders. And these men murdered him. Oh no, imagine that went down these days, eh? When Minos knew about this, he declared war on Athens. Instead of a full-scale assault, Minos ordered that 7 male virgins and 7 female virgins, chosen among noble citizens, be offered to him in retribution for his son's death. They've got a thing about virgins, haven't they, these ancient Greeks? The 14 Athenians would have been given up to the Minotaur and confronted unarmed in the maze, so that their choice was between getting devoured by the monster and getting lost forever in the labyrinth. And this kept going until it was the turn of Theseus, who volunteered to join the third group of the would-be victims. He killed the monster and led the others out of the labyrinth. As the son of Aegeus, the king of Athens, or Poseidon, the god of seas, Theseus was meant to sit on the Athenian throne and had the divine forces on his side. When the time came, the third group of virgins was gathered, and he got together with them, vowing to cut down the horrible monster that had slaughtered those sent before him. Being grown up enough to recover his father's sword from underneath a rock, where Aegeus had put it when Theseus was born, waiting for him to be strong enough to pull up the rock, Aegeus had just one recommendation for his child. Should he succeed and get back, he should raise the white sail on its way back home to show his dad that he was alive. A black sail, instead, would have meant that he was dead. At the point when Theseus showed up at Knossos, Crete's capital, he immediately grabbed Ariadne's attention, the daughter of King Minos. Or Minos, I've been calling him Minos, not Minos. She became hopelessly enamoured of him and went to Daedalus to discover some approach to enable the youngster to get back from his detainment in the maze. Daedalus provided her some advice and a ball of thread so she could offer Theseus a path back to the passage of the labyrinth. She had one condition, however. If Theseus would have succeeded, he would have married her. Theseus concurred. So there you go. Ariadne gave Theseus a ball of string, a ball of twine, thread, to navigate his way through the maze, on the condition that if he came out and he was successful, he would marry her. So the 14 virgins were driven the following morning to the passageway to the maze and locked inside. With his ball of thread, Theseus would lead the way. He tied one end of the ball of string to the doorpost and bore the sword of Aegeus and advanced in obscurity through the maze looking for the Minotaur. Then he proceeded, following Daedalus's directions, to always go straight and never turn left or right, and at some point he came across the dozing Minotaur. Theseus ambushed the asleep animal, finding him napping. The two fought, the Minotaur using a hatchet and Theseus with a sword. In the fight, however, Theseus rapidly has the high ground. Much like, what's his face? Obi-Wan in Star Wars. I have the high ground. Oh, sorry. Sorry, in the fight, however, Theseus rapidly has the high ground. He corners the Minotaur, kills and decapitates him. Yet he's not free and safe yet. The day is drawing nearer, and should Theseus and the virgins be gotten by ruler Minos, they will most likely be killed. He rapidly advances back through the maze, following the string that Ariadne had given him. Theseus and the others would escape at the end of the night, and before daybreak Ariadne met Theseus on the Athenians' vessel and the party set sail towards Athens. Aegeus, Theseus' father, had gone to a cliff sitting above the ocean to discover his child's destiny. But Theseus had forgotten to raise the white sail. Kids, eh? So when the boat was in view, Aegeus, believing his child to be dead, was distressed to such an extent that he unalived himself. I'm not going to say that word on YouTube. To such an extent that he unalived himself, casting himself over the bluff and dying. These waters would come to be known as the Aegean Sea, as it's called today. So there we go. Aegeus, because of Theseus's forgetfulness, Aegeus threw himself into the sea, and that's now the Aegean Sea. There we go. So not only have you learned where Taurus has come from, you've heard the story of Theseus and the Minotaur, you also now know why the Aegean Sea is called the Aegean Sea. You learn things. Every day's a school day. Every day's a school day when you come to my channel. It really is. Anyway, yeah, I've got quite a bit there on that still to do. So, yeah, I'm going to stop here, and then when I cut back after the close-up, you'll see the completed section. So, yeah, Theseus and the Minotaur. Good story. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I have zoomed back out a little bit from the section I was working on, which was here. So we have got just the back of the girl's hair here finished. This is, I think, a cloak, I think, or a cape, or certainly part of sort of like the maiden, her outfit. And then we've also got this wing here of the butterfly, a little bit of this butterfly here, and the antenna here. So we've got some black ABs here and here and around here. We've got some white ABs down here and along here, and a little speckle of green and yellow as well, or lemon, very, very pale lemon. Anyway, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about Taurus and also about Theseus and the Minotaur. And yeah, I've got 2 sections here to do. Just move this slightly and you can see, there we go, oh, wobble. There we go. So I've got these 2 sections here to do, and that's me finished another row, and yeah, I think 3 more rows and I'll finish the canvas. So I'm going to carry on working on these today, and then yeah, I think we might put it away for a little while, work on something else, and then get back and do another row. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you very, very much for listening and giving me some of your time today, and I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Okay, cheerio.